Yes, people, what's going on? It's Emegha Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Today's video on Vibes from the Six, the prediction show. We're going to be predicting the weekend's games. Of course, the Manchester Derby is going to be spoken about. We're going to be speaking about Chelsea's charges and the ramifications of that. The Arsenal agenda continues as people continue to cuss Arsenal on a regular basis. We have to speak about that. Plus, Man City beating a case. There's some stuff going on with Spurs. We're going to get on to all of that plus more. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. And yeah, let's get this show started the right way, ladies and gentlemen. As always, Emegha Talks Football. Bye. Yes, people. What's going on? It's Emegha Talks Football back again with another video. I hope everyone's doing well. Now, before everybody joins the stream, as a bunch of these guys are, of course, going to join the stream any moment now, I wanted to get started by speaking quickly to everybody watching, and especially any Arsenal fans watching. You guys know, for well over the last 2 years, we've been hearing stuff about Saliba is going to be joining Real Madrid. Saliba is going to be joining Real Madrid. Saliba is going to be leaving Arsenal. Saliba this, Saliba that, this and that about Saliba to Madrid all the time. Guys, we don't got nothing to worry about. We're Gucci. We're chilling. Arsenal just offered Saliba a 5-year deal, and rumor has it that he's expected to sign the deal. Him and Saka are expected to sign the deal, as Mikel Arteta came out and said that contract talks with Saka and Saliba are very, very good. And he says that the players want to remain here and be a big part of our history. So we're going to have to wait and see. But before we go any further, let me just give you guys some quick updates before we go to the rest of the stuff. The panel is going to be joining me very, very soon. So this is what's being spoken about. Saliba's back in training already. Saka's progressed, but not ready for tomorrow's game. Of course, I already mentioned the stuff about Saliba. Havertz is walking freely and starting to put a load on his knee already. And Jesus is not expected to start training with the group until December. So that is just a quick update on all the boys right there, and just giving you a little bit of an update on what's going on with everybody over here. Now, before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. And yeah, let's get into it. We got Chelsea. We got the Chelsea boys in the building already. We got Ahmed in the house. Jay and everybody else is going to be joining me very, very soon. But yeah, you know what? Since Ahmed's here, we might start with the charges. But before we get to the charges, hope everybody's good. Hope everyone's doing well. I just want to say, I hope everyone takes care of themselves. And yeah, man, don't stress yourselves out too much, guys. And if you have any issues, always speak up to people, speak up to your family, speak up to your friends, because it's just like, I just want to make sure anybody who's going through anybody who's going through anything, just remember you can always reach out to anybody around you. And if you don't have anybody else you can reach out to, you always feel free to reach out to me or somebody else, and whoever's around you, just for help. The number one thing is always ask for help rather than put things in your own hands and just make yourself
100%.
Make a permanent decision for something that's temporary. But yeah, let's get into it. Ahmed's in the house. We got Vader in the building. We got Chelsea Ahmed in the house. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of say something about that, because I've been seeing a lot of stuff about that I'm crazy about.
Of course, man. I think this week obviously is like I think mental health or suicide prevention week. Sorry, I should say. So obviously, please do take care of yourselves, and if you are in any trouble, please do speak to someone close to you.
So yeah, I started off the video speaking about Saliba and Saka. Look like they're going to be signing new deals. I know I didn't want to spend too much time on it, so I kind of buried it at the beginning. I've already done a video on that on my channel already, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. I don't think you guys have anything to add on Saka or Saliba signing a new deal.
How long are the deals?
It's expected to be Saliba's going to get a 5-year deal, and Saka same.
Release clauses?
You
don't know that.
Who's the source? Arteta himself said contract talks are going well, and the most recent source about Saka said the price tag, which is $300K a week, and the Saliba source was a French lady. I forget her name. Let me go find it.
Sorry, your source is a French lady. I forgot her name. Sorry.
Yeah, I genuinely forgot her name.
Excuse me if I question the credibility of a French lady who you don't even remember. You don't even remember her name. Let alone, can you trust
Can
that?
I be? Listen, I think for me, listen, whether or not they're gonna sign contracts or not, we will find out eventually. I do think Saka probably will sign a contract.
Saka,
Gunnar Blog from the Athletic. Gunnar Blog from the Athletic said the negotiations are going very well, and Andrea Berta has been in advanced negotiations with Saka and Saliba.
How long is Saliba left out? Honestly, sorry.
Yeah, I think Saka's likely to.
The African Gunnar, who's a friend of mine on Twitter, posted is done. So take that as well.
I think for me, the Saliba one, in my personal, I think the Saliba one is a bit more complicated. The Saliba one is more complicated. The Saliba one is more complicated, in my personal opinion.
One second.
If Real
Madrid said himself during preseason he wants to stay.
If Real Madrid,
did he? Did he?
Oh, you guys didn't hear? Real Madrid are getting Konaté.
Yeah, but listen, I don't know if you saw Rudiger's leaving. You know, they've got a guy that's got they've got a centre back that's got 2 ACLs missing.
The difference is, if we lose Konaté, I have no doubt they will replace him.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable.
The difference is with Konaté and Saliba. Saliba's here until 2027 minimum.
1 year difference.
Yeah, that's a big difference for Real Madrid, who's trying to get a player on a free this summer.
Yeah, but they can also flip him. They can also pair them together. You know, they can three centre backs.
I love this. I didn't think this conversation was going to heet up, but yeah, look at this. So this is the person. It's a French account, 4.5 million. Very, very credible. It says that Arsenal have offered Saliba a 5-year contract extension.
Okay.
You have another report
but
here.
We all know that they were going to offer him.
Why are my tweets coming up? Is it because it's my account? Probably.
See, you use them as a source, and then they use you as a source. So it's like a rotate. It's like it's like a revolving source situation.
It's a vicious cycle.
Okay, so Standard are speaking about it. I gotta be careful. Good thing I blocked all the.
He got more influential. He just realized he's more influential than you thought he was.
Yeah, man. Maybe you've been stop tweeting too much, man. You know what I mean? Don't talk too much. You know what I mean?
You know what it is. You don't always have to you don't always have to speak about every topic. That's the honest truth. When it comes to certain topics, I stay clear. But when it comes to Arsenal, I always tweet. So yeah, I wanted to speak about this image. I seen one. Here it is. This is what I wanted to talk about. Rack. So Konaté and William Saliba are both targets for Real Madrid, but Saliba's contract doesn't expire until 2027. It's more likely they opt to sign Konaté next.
Yeah, but listen, like the thing is, Konaté,
he said racks, Ahmed.
You know what, Veta, mate? How about you put a camera on before you can come talk to me like that, mate? You know what I mean? And secondly, right? Obviously, Konaté's contract is gonna end. Obviously, I think next season, right? That's 2026, right? So you have one guy done for you right there, right? Saliba, you can wait obviously until the next season when his contract ends. Right, as well. Like again, like the thing for me is also that Rudiger's leaving, so at least you bring Konaté in, right? As long as you have like a Konaté and a Rudiger sort of centre back partnership for temporarily, you bring in Saliba the next season. That's your partnership for at least another 4 or 5 years if things go well.
Them three, Højsund, you got the flexibility to play 2-3 centre backs, however you want to do it. Maybe go Javi Alonso special. I don't mind, man. Look, if Konaté goes, and the main thing is this season we have a successful season. If we have a successful season, Konaté wants to go, it's okay. I don't mind.
Play.
I prefer to keep him, but I don't. I'm confident with our recruitment that we'll replace him.
Reportedly, Konaté has turned down several contracts from Liverpool, a hefty salary from the Saudi Pro League, and is pushing for his desire to join Real Madrid. And also, apparently, he's on a Duolingo. What do you call it? What is it on Duolingo? That thing where every single day when you go on the app.
Consecutive days.
Oh, you have a train.
Apparently, he has the most consecutive days at Liverpool.
You know what? Rax has got thick
skin.
skin. Rax has got thick skin. He's He's already protecting himself because he's been down this road before. Like he lost his academy boy already, so nothing can hurt him as bad as Trent 12 leaving.
Raider makes a good point. We've been here before, but I don't think anybody says that Konaté is as important a piece of the puzzle as Trent was. So if we have a successful season and Konaté feels like he wants to go, fine. You know what? I don't.
Since
we bought for like 30 million or 35 million. So we got 5 good seasons out of him on his wages. There's always I say this frequently. There's always other fish in the sea, plenty more fish in the sea. There'll be another good centre back, very good centre back out there.
We're not talking about your dating life, Rax. We're talking about football. You can't just replace players like this.
You drew that parallel. You took it back to the dating, but that's fine.
I kind of want to move on, but I'm gonna say while we're on Liverpool, it looks like Michael Edwards is going to be staying, as he is going to be getting a new long-term deal with Liverpool and Fenway Sports to become the CEO of football.
He already is the CEO of football?
No,
he's really CEO of football.
Deal.
Yeah,
no, I said a new long-term
Fenway Sports Group.
No, I said a new long-term deal.
Okay, yeah, but he is already the CEO of football for FSG.
You know how I say things sometimes comes off wrong.
No, but the question, the strange thing is, what part of the deal for him coming back was that they were going to look to buy another club and to turn it into like a multi-club kind of thing. I'm not really a big fan of the whole multi-club thing, to be honest, but that hasn't really transpired yet.
I love multi-club models, man. You know, I'm getting elite players, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to our boys Sporting. Shout out to our boys in Strasbourg. I love it, man. You know, it's a great one, man. You know, listen, I got Strasbourg on Sunday. I got Chelsea on Saturday. Listen, man, it's great to have real hoops, man. Good hoops, man. Good football, man. That's it.
Let me ask you, what did you guys do with that new club that you guys have? You guys got a player from them who left on a free?
What, Chelsea?
Chelsea, yeah. And you guys are signing players under Blueco? So both clubs now own the player? What's going on?
No, you can't do that.
What you need to understand, Blueco owns Chelsea, right? So they also own Strasbourg as well, right? So Blueco brought obviously I forget his name, the Paraguayan midfielder that was at Brighton. I forget his name. Come to me quickly. And either we brought him.
It's not Enciso, right?
It's Enciso, yes, Enciso, yeah, that's it. Enciso, bro. Yeah, so Enciso, obviously, right? We Chelsea technically brought him because he signed a contract with Chelsea, but he's basically at Strasbourg because he signed a loan deal, but we've sent him there, if that makes sense. That's how it works. But
okay,
listen,
what about this dodgy deal for?
No. Emegha is not a dodgy deal, firstly. You know, he's coming through the Chelsea, the Blueco ranks, much like Savinho came through the City Group ranks, you know what I mean? From, Girona to Man City.
No, but he came on a free.
What do you mean? He didn't come on a free. They paid for Savinho. What are you talking about, bro?
No, I'm talking about your boy.
He didn't come on a free. We agreed a pre transfer deal. That means we're going to pay a fee for him, but it's obviously not going to be revealed until we sign him.
Oh, I was tripping. I thought it was.
Yeah. That's all. No, bro. That's important. If we did that, bro, I don't think the Strasbourg guys are going to be happy. You know, if that was the case, mate. So that would be crazy. So it's a pre-agreement, as you can see.
Doing business.
I don't know if you saw the breaking news just like 2 minutes ago as well. It's looking like we're going to be getting a Mudryk transfer refund. Chelsea's lawyers are going to the top Ukrainian sports journalist.
Who reported this? Fabrizio.
What? No. You have to go to PIS. Like he's POIS. It's the top Ukrainian journalist is apparently now reporting that Chelsea are preparing lawsuits against Mudryk and also I think against someone else essentially in regards to everything. So it's looking like it's about to be getting a transfer refund.
No, but I mean it's not a refund. You're basically suing him for breach of contract, right? You're not going to get the money you pay.
We're suing Sparta Moscow. Sorry,
yeah,
one
you can't. But
some team, yeah.
But you're not going to be suing. Who did you buy him from? Which
who's UAF?
That's the Ukrainian. I'm assuming that's the Ukrainian association, right? I would assume.
Yeah, but basically, you won't be getting a refund from the team you bought him from. You'll be suing Mudryk for a breach of contract because he took drugs or whatever he did when he feed. The problem is, no matter Mudryk doesn't have £100 million or €100 million or whatever, right? The worst you can do is make him bankrupt. So maybe he's got like 10 million in the bank. You'll take your 10 million. You're not going to get a full refund. That's not how it's going to work.
Yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, mate, at the end of the day, listen, I know that's probably what's going to happen, but listen, you never know, man. Cheeky refund, man. You know what I mean? Hey, at least I can now say we're doing 100 M's for him. You know what I mean? This 100 M's gimmick is going to be ending now. So listen, you know, I'm just happy about that nonsense ending. You know what I mean? I don't want to be hearing your guy telling me you're paying 100 million for Mudryk now. So that's all it is, man. Thank you.
Okay. Let's quickly shift gears. This is where Ahmed comes in. United Ahmed, his favorite topic. Speaking about legends, which legend?
The Bundesliga.
Speaking about
Premier League legends. So we're gonna speak about the Hall of Fame quickly, and I want each person to nominate one person who they think should get into the Hall of Fame this round of nominees. So I think they're picking 4 max, right? So let's try to
Who's in the Hall of Fame already?
Drogba's
already. You have Thierry Henry, Alan Shearer. You have
Drogba,
Lampard,
Terry's in there too already.
Gerrard, Ian Wright,
Aguero.
John Terry and Aguero's in there. I think Vincent Kompany's in there too.
Is it Aguero in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Aguero's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. No. Let me tell you who's in the Hall of Fame right now. I'll get the list out right now. One second.
Should I get it?
Premier League Hall of Fame list. All right. So these are the guys that are on
Premier League Hall of Fame list. Boom. Here it is. So the list is Alan Shearer, Thierry Henry, Eric Cantona, Roy Keane, Frank Lampard, Dennis Bergkamp, Steven Gerrard, David Beckham, Wayne Rooney, Patrick Vieira, Aguero, Didier Drogba, Vincent Kompany. So I'm surprised he's in already.
Nope.
No,
What do you mean?
I'm surprised he's in already.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised.
What do you mean? Surprised? Vincent Kompany's in the Hall of Fame. You're surprised that he's in the Hall of Fame.
He just recently retired. He's already in there.
But I think this early.
Okay, sorry.
I think this early.
The way I heard it.
I'm saying it in the sense that he just recently retired. He's already jumped the queue.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
You're surprised he's in so early, not surprised that he's in the Hall of Fame.
Bro.
You know it is. It's him and Aguero, bro. It's him and Aguero.
Ian Wright, Tony Adams, Petr Cech, Rio. John Terry just got in last year. Take that in. Vincent Kompany got in 2 years.
Yeah, but we know. Listen. It's a fan vote. So it's a fan vote. We know why John Terry. It's probably going to be very late to get in terms of fan votes, guys. Okay, let's just wait like that. You know,
and one of the more underrated forwards in Premier League history.
100%.
Andy Cole, yes, yeah.
Yeah, they got Andy Cole.
Definitely not good. One thing I will say,
now that we've seen the list, let's put forward 4. So
but you can't pick not from your own team. From your own team. Otherwise it's easy. Otherwise I'll pick Robbie Fowler, right?
Each person put forward 2, and then process of elimination. We're gonna try to.
Okay, so are we picking 4 or 2 then?
4.
You know what?
4, yeah.
Go ahead, pick 4.
Yeah. Okay. So are we just basing on like how good they were? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, how good they were. Yeah?
Everyone based it on how they want to base it.
Okay, so for me, Hazard's going in there. That's the best. He's quality, bro. Hazard's in there. I'm gonna also put in who else? Hazard, Fabregas is in there. Carrick was a good player, but not Hall of Fame. Defoe was very underrated, not Hall of Fame. So Campbell good now. Fabregas, Hazard. I'm gonna put in Yaya Toure, and I'm also gonna put in Vidic because he's Vidic, Yaya Toure, Fabregas, Hazard.
Fairs. Rack.
Come back to me. I need to think about this a bit more.
All right.
Is that Michael Owen? Oh, I completely forgot about him.
Yeah, Michael Owen's in there.
Yeah, I still stick with my list.
The thing is, I think, listen, I'm going to say automatically, Nemanja Vidic, he deserves to be in there, bro. The thing is, man, I really am torn because I really would like Van der Sar to get in there because I really do think he deserves to be in that list. Like him and Cech were going like, band for band, bro, in that era, bro, that he was playing in. And because they were literally, it was like almost 1 and 2 in terms of best keepers in the world at that point in time. But I'm gonna have to say Yaya Toure. I think Yaya Toure, bro, in that list, bro, he's just undeniable, bro. You have to put him in there, my personal opinion. Hazard, I think Hazard is just automatic Hall of Fame. Hazard and Fabregas arguably should be like automatic guys to go in. either way. But I think the thing of Owen, I would say Owen because of like obviously he had a great season. But I just think if you look at longevity wise, when he came back to the Premier and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Yaya Toure didn't really have longevity at City, so I'm not really taking account into longevity. To be fair, I'm just talking about pure quality. But then again, if I had like 2 extra votes, I would have put David Silva and Owen if I had 2 extra votes. It's hard.
So I'm gonna say, listen, I'm gonna say Cesc Fabregas because of how good he was over the time.
Yeah,
you have to give Hazard that one in terms of the period he did really well into. Vidic automatically he deserves to be in there, bro. If Company's in there, you have to put Vidic in there.
As a centre back, he's won the player of the season.
Yeah,
twice,
it's really like listen. He's the only 2 guys that can compare to him in Terry and Company. Terry and Ferdinand in there, so you have to put him in there. Obviously, and then I'm gonna have to say Yaya Toure. I'm afraid, man. It's got to be Yaya Toure.
I'm gonna go Vidic. I'm gonna go Edwin van der Sar, and then my last 2 is gonna be Cesc Fabregas and Yaya Toure.
Okay, so Robbie Fowler was my favourite player growing up. Exceptional finisher, one of the best finishers in Premier League history, and was just magic. And he came back. He went away from Liverpool. Gerard Houllier got rid of him, and then Rafa brought him back and for a season and a bit. And he didn't.
Do you feel like Owen has a better case than him?
No, I mean, look, all these guys are going to get in eventually, so it's just a question of when do I want to put them in. Right now, I'm picking who I think. I'm going to try and be fair. Also, picking. I'm not going to pick Owen, for example. I'll try and bring a broad spectrum, and I'm going to I'm going to focus more on some of the older guys because the younger guys they've still got time. All these guys will end up in the Hall of Fame.
Sheringham is another one, low key, that he deserves to be in there because he was a really good goal scorer too.
Yeah.
The way that they were explaining his career to younger fans today on Twitter was hilarious.
Like Sheringham and Andy Cole, man, that was a great partnership, even though they hated each other. One of the funniest things.
I'll have Sol Campbell. Apart from the fact that he was a solid defender, he's also responsible for arguably the most iconic transfer in Premier League history. So I think
stop smiling, go.
He says and does some crazy stuff. Some of the stuff he says, I think he's a bit. I'm not sure if he's all there up top, but as a defender, he was rock solid. He was a proper old school British English defender, hard as nails, and obviously part of the Invincible team. Who was my other ones? This is a bit of an old school goal scorer, but Les Ferdinand, like. He went to Newcastle and was incredible. First season, he was brilliant. Then he formed a great partnership with Alan Shearer. They didn't win any trophies, but anyone who saw that Newcastle team under Keegan, that was like it was incredibly entertaining. And he was good for QPR. And then last I'm going to say Carrick because I think a lot of people thought that United might fall apart after Scholes left, but Carrick was there to hold the fort, and he's a very good footballer. So. I try to be a little bit fair, pick a player from every team.
Now we're not done. There's one more left, but you've basically picked every single player that has not been selected so far.
Did I?
Yeah, not one of your players have been selected so far. Vader, you're the last one. Who you taking?
Well, I'm gonna stay on assignment and not talk about my players. As great as they've been, you guys have mentioned them already. But if I were to pick the 4. I'm looking at what's kind of changed the Prem. I'm looking at kind of like the impact, some of the legacies that have been left, and I'm gonna first start with Michael Owen. Like, is he not? He had an incredible early part of his career, but him accomplishing Ballon d'Or, I don't think he can be ignored. I think he needs to be mentioned with regards to this or involved in this Hall of Fame. I'm also going to go with how dynamically he's actually praised whether Chelsea should have gotten him. I mean, the FA will decide that, but Eden Hazard, incredible career. I think him, Michael Owen. I'll also go with Sol Campbell. I think game changer as well. And he gets talked about more for the transfer than how nasty he was as a defender, how quality he was. So I'm gonna rate that. And then the 4th one, I'm actually kind of torn, but I'm gonna agree with you guys with Vidic. I'm gonna agree with that one. I think
so. Vidic is in. Seth Fabregas is in, and I think how many people voted for Owen? Just one, right?
Yeah, no
Wait,
one else.
was we not allowed to pick any of our own players? Because I picked Vidic. So if I wasn't going to pick Vidic, I would have put Owen in there.
No, it's okay, bro. I picked Seth.
Yeah.
I picked Seth, so I guess
Calm.
it's allowed. Yaya Toure is in because a bunch of us picked Yaya Toure. And the final guy who has multiple choices is Van der Sar and Hazard have the same amount of choices. So what's the tie break?
Nah,
More league titles?
Chat. Tie breaks chat.
It has to be Hazard, bro. That guy's.
It has to be the guy who has more league titles.
Nah,
let us know in the chat.
For me, I would make the argument it has to be Hazard simply because I think
over Van der Sar.
Yes, I think you would have to say that. Sadly, I think in terms of what Hazard was doing, bro.
Wait, how many people picked Hazard?
He said 3 out of 5 according to Mateo Ibrahima.
Oh, okay, so yeah, he's already in then. Forget it.
Yeah.
So it's Hazard, Yaya Toure, and Vidic, and Cesc. Those are the three. Those are the four, I guess.
All right.
Fairs. I think. Let's see. We'll find out if we're close or not. Let's quickly speak about Hazard, though, bro. What's going on? Chelsea's charged 74 charges, and apparently you're paying hush money to agents to get the players.
Listen, I just wanted to say first.
Allegedly, of course.
First, I think this is all alleged so far. Chelsea have not been found guilty.
Wait.
Currently
one second. Chelsea self-reported. So
Chelsea. I mean, it's still alleged because until they are proven, and Chelsea has a guilty outcome, then they are proven. That's just the reality of the situation. I know Veta, obviously, he's had his own cases, can attest to this too. Once you've been found guilty, then those allegations are true. Isn't that?
I can't attest to anything. I can't attest to anything. This is you.
Does this put a black stain on all the trophies you won with Eden Hazard?
I'm going to give you an easy example. If this is what did Willian give me? That's gonna give me a black stain. What was Willian doing for me in this cup runs?
He helped you win league titles. So did Costa.
Willian, do you know what Willian scored for me in a title winning run? 4 goals, 3 assists.
It's not just about scoring. Don't do that.
You know what this is? This is an amazing deflection tactic. He ignores every other superstar.
Yeah, but Egal. Is it a surprise? Egal, listen to this. Are we surprised that 2 plastic clubs are cheating? That's not a surprise.
It's not a surprise. Here we go.
Is that a surprise?
The funniest thing.
Cheaters.
The funny thing is,
why am I brought into this?
Listen, you have to get it, bro. I'm sorry.
Why am I brought into this?
What I'm about to do. What I'm about to say here is this. Yeah, calling me a plastic club for cheating and stuff like that. I have not cheated. The club has not cheated. We have not been found guilty. And to call me cheaters is absolutely disrespectful. And I'm hoping
Ramona tweeted it.
1 second. There's a difference between cheating and a new owner coming in saying we didn't cheat. The old owners cheated.
I mean, listen, again, a lot of what we're hearing here is a lot of, you have cheated. We have not cheated. You know what I mean? Until that is confirmed
how would you describe this? Ahmed, please describe this in your own words. Please describe it.
This is just, this is just, what I would describe it as, just analyzing some errors.
What did Jada Smith say? I'm in an entanglement. Yeah, that's what she's going to say. It's an entanglement.
I just think, what I'm seeing right now is just called errors in accounting. It's errors in accounting, stuff that, we thought we'd put into the, into the spreadsheet. Oh, sorry, forgot about that in the spreadsheet, mate. Everything like that. So that's all it is, man. Errors in the spreadsheet. Everything in the spreadsheet, that's all it is, man.
Sorry, Kia Jarabchan. Here's 150 grand.
Do me a favor, guys.
I've just left it under that box.
Listen, it's an error spreadsheet. And,
if you want to take it,
I find it ironic, the red cartel, as we like to call them, don't we, Veta? The red cartel. These guys, when they were doing their stuff, doing their thing, listen, they were paying up to journalists. They were in an era where there was no internet, where there was no social media, paying journalists off to write good stuff about them. Listen, that's all well and good. It's all well and good. At Chelsea Football Club, we're going to pay the money that we forgot to pay. That's £8 million
Oh,
allegedly.
God.
And that's what it is, man. So we're just making sure we're complying with our own standards. You know, we set the standards here. Just like City, we set our standards here. Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
No.
Isn't that right? That's my guy right there.
You know what?
Vader's like, I don't know this guy. I don't know this guy.
Puts a black
Never
stain
seen him
on
before.
Chelsea's trophies under Roman Abramovich.
Listen, there's no PSR. I don't know what we're getting angry about.
Nothing's
There's
gonna
no
happen to
PSR in that
Chelsea.
era. No PSR in that era. So I don't think we've done anything wrong here. At the end of the day, it's not my fault that you guys
Nothing's
didn't
gonna
think
happen to
about
you.
doing it. You guys, listen. I always say, man, you should have been able to find these loopholes. You should be able to find what we were doing is doing. So don't get mad at us. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at your owners for not willing to go the extra mile for victory. That's all I will say.
What in the waffle am I hearing, bro?
Listen, it's funny that Ahmed's talking like this. Your owners, man, they only do is take money. At least my owner back then.
My owners don't cheat,
You know what I mean?
bro.
Listen, at least my owners, man, he was willing to cheat because he was willing to make that money happen.
What was that word? What was that word? You just said it. What did it begin to see? You just said it.
He was willing to allegedly cheat. That's what I said. Allegedly cheat. That's what I said. Hey, let's get it right there.
Ahmed, you know what Ahmed did? Ahmed self-reported himself just then. He just self-reported himself live on stream. Listen, if anybody's involved, don't get Ahmed involved in organised crime because Ahmed will spill the beans straight away without any pressure whatsoever.
Listen,
he's going to grass
this?
himself up.
Can I just say this?
That's facts, bro.
Chelsea's owners previously messed up, and I think the new owners just didn't want to get caught up in the old owners' business, so they self-reported, and now nothing's gonna go down to them. They're gonna get a slap on the wrist. They've cooperated with the investigation the whole time, and I think if they've cooperated up until this point, and they go and get some sort of punishment that's outrageous, it's going to discourage anybody from coming forward with any of these issues.
So you have a point, right? It discourages people from self-reporting. But the fact of the matter is that the asset they've bought, some of the credibility and some of they have benefited indirectly from the money that Abramovich was pumping in illegally. So this has enhanced the asset.
The fans are the most important.
So there should be mitigation. There should absolutely be mitigation because ultimately, if you come forward and you admit that things were done incorrectly, they also withheld £100 million of the purchase price because to mitigate any potential costs. So they haven't. They saved. I think they bid 2.5 billion. 100 million has been set aside to pay any costs that are due.
That's correct.
That's fine. That's fine. But the thing is, they should be punished, and it shouldn't just be a financial penalty.
I don't think they're going to get punished to the level.
I disagree. Whoa.
I don't think they're going to get punished to the level.
We should not listen.
I don't think they're going to get punished to the level where they previously got punished, like transfer ban.
We should not be getting transfer ban. We should be getting monetary fines because I think at the end of the day, what we did was what occurred in this alleged period of time. Again, I just want to reiterate, it's still alleged at this point in time. Is nothing. We just made sure the player can get stuff happening. That's what I'm saying. So I don't really think there's much of a problem with that. I think also we shouldn't be doing sins. But my problem is. That sins of the father should not be onto the sins of the son, which is the new ownership.
Is it true? Is it true that the FA had
the sins of the father paid for the house that the son is living in?
But listen, that's why we should. That's why if what is alleged,
you said it again.
Listen, if what is alleged is true, then if what's alleged is true, I don't say anything
That's
wrong.
why we cheated.
No, I didn't say that. Come on, I didn't say that. But if what is alleged, listen, if what is alleged is again true, listen, all we're going to be doing allegedly is pay a fine. But the thing is, I want to make one comment too. One thing I wanted to say also, is in regards to the Hazard thing, I think, listen, a lot of hubbub has been made about alleged payments to Hazard's agent or Hazard himself. Hazard said it himself. He came to Chelsea because we were the European champions. You know what I mean? We came here because of Didier Drogba's header. He came here because of Didier Drogba's penalty. So
he came here because his agent got top dollar.
So should we be finding Drogba too? Should we be going?
He went there because of top dollar. Conte went there because of top dollar.
And actually, the other thing I want to point out to Rakia, the reason why they can't charge Chelsea as harshly as maybe you think they should be able to is who's going to be speaking? Are you going to be able to speak to Roman Abramovich?
No.
Are you going to be able to speak to Marina Granovskaya, who was his assistant at the time.
But they don't need. These are financial irregularities. These will all be on a spreadsheet somewhere.
Yeah,
these
but
will
they would be asking. But in terms of like from what I've understood, yes, these are financial irregularities. I don't disagree with that, right? But they would then be like pushing forward and saying like, okay, where are these financial irregularities? Why is this the case, etc., etc. And if they can't speak to these guys, then all they can just do is just analyze the payment for it.
Guys, let's get it here.
If you haven't got a defense, if you have no defense, that means
let's get it here. Let's get it here because
put the aim in the bag. Put the aim in the
bag. Next, we need to speak about another legal win. This time, Manchester City gets a major win over the Premier League with the ATP rules, and they're now going to be signing almost a £2 billion deal or something like that. Well, how much is it?
Well, two separate sponsorships, but yeah, we're freeing up the ability to generate at least 1 billion over 10 years, and it might escalate to 2 depending on the escalator. And that was money that was temporarily hemmed up because we had to fight this APT. The Prem did not want this deal to go through. They didn't think it was market value. They didn't think that they thought the associated parties were too close. So we had to address the fine print. We had to address that ruling, and it's been an ongoing fight. We've been going back and forth. At the end of the day, like I think many things end up being, there was a settlement. The Prem said, "Here's what we can accept." City said, "Well, here's what we can accept and if you want to pick a winner, you want to pick a loser." I'm saying no need to do that. The Prem won, City won. But what didn't happen prior to this suing the league was this Etihad deal. What's now available to City is this Etihad deal, which is 100 million for the next 10 years with an escalator. So yeah, we all won at the end of the day. I know that money
spent. One team didn't win. You guys sold Newcastle out to dry. Who cheering
so
you guys
interrupt me. You interrupt me with lies. You're interrupting me with lies.
Newcastle fans are not happy. You guys accepted the deal.
Newcastle should have fought the Prem. They left it on to me, and I'm going to use this analogy that I used on a previous show, and I'm going to use it here. We were holding the door that was falling down. We were keeping the door open as long as we could. We were holding it, saying, "Come on, help us, let's go." No one helped. At the end of the day, I had to let the door close behind me. And if it meant that Newcastle need to go do their own fighting, Aston Villa, whoever it may be, it's up to them. We did as much as we could. At the end of the day, we had to do what was best for us because the league didn't want to keep this ongoing, and we settled. 100 million, Etihad over 10 years. Ends up being $1 billion more. So, yeah.
All I gotta say is anybody who's watching this, edit that little bit where he said that you had to close the door because that was cold. That was probably the coldest line you said on the show in a long time.
So just a couple of things, right? The Etihad sponsorship deal wasn't blocked.
No, it wasn't blocked.
No.
If it was blocked, the stadium would no longer have had Etihad. Our shirts would no longer have had Etihad on it. It wasn't blocked. However, Rax, just to clarify, the value of what it meant to be was not allowed to us.
So for example, let's give an example. Say, for example, City is saying this is worth for the first year 120 million, right?
Yeah.
The Premier League, I know you changed the background, but 100 million, right? Or 120 million. The Premier League said, you know what? This is actually not worth 120 million. This is worth 100 million. So only, and they could still get their money, but it would only, but it would.
This helps Chelsea,
but it wouldn't count towards PSR. So they were still getting 100 million. They weren't getting 0. So just to be clear, the difference is the margin.
Yeah, it is the margin, but this is why you have to go and fight, because they're saying under whatever and we were challenging also how they were evaluating and the length of time that was required for them to go through this evaluation, because it impacted everybody. It impacted us.
The problem is that none of us actually know the details of this thing, right? None of us know what concessions. Even Stefan Borson the other day, when he was talking about, it was conjecture. He was saying, okay, what's probably happened is that the Premier League probably had to contribute something towards City's court costs. there's probably been some kind of concessions towards the Etihad deal, but none of us actually know the full details of what the actual
honestly,
thing.
those are minor details. Those are small things. If they happen, those are minor wins. The major win is when you do and you have what's been fought for. You are fighting against this associated too close of a party. Oh, what's being given to you isn't market value. That's what we were able to fight. That's what we were able to win.
The market value calculation is still there.
But it's still there. But again, it was wrong to prevent what just got accepted. So the calculator's there. We challenged the validity on how they evaluated.
By the way,
deal.
You have Arsenal to thank because
wait, what?
Kroenke's loan.
This is
that they didn't pay back. That basically is being paid by them and not the club was one of the major arguments that you guys used.
No, but this is the thing. Value. But it's not the thing that what the part of this was, right? They're saying you're stopping owners from putting funds into a club, right, and giving it as a gift or paying money. But if an owner makes an interest-free loan, right, like Brighton have. I mean, Tony Bloom has made interest-free loans to the value of over £150 million or something like that, right?
Wow.
So if you can't treat those things as different because one, you're saying you can't give money, but you can loan money interest-free.
Exactly.
There's an obvious.
There's a bias. Just say it, Rack. There's a bias.
Inconsistency. There's an obvious inconsistency.
Oh, I like that. PC. That's very PC.
No. You want to know the truth is?
What I'm saying is that is correct. But no, but on that specific point, that is absolutely fair. That is a fair criticism. You shouldn't be allowed to loan something interest-free. And not be able to give, like those things don't marry up.
But also, Everton, Chelsea, Man City all have faced charges over the last 2 years, and we're sitting here saying bias towards the red clubs. What are we talking about? You guys clearly are doing something wrong to get these charges.
No.
Well, that's what the court of law. That's what the court of law is for. We'll find out.
It is the timeline so far. It's the timeline so far. You failed to mention Nottingham Forest. There are some clubs that have done things wrong. Right now, you aren't under the microscope. And I want to remind you, like Ahmed said earlier, there are 2 clubs that had to have dealt with some breaches. Ahmed's dealing with his right now. Everton are one of them. Mine is still pending. So stop putting the guilt onto Manchester City. I don't like how it's so comfortable to say City are cheats. Listen, relax on that. Relax.
You know what City should start doing? If I'm UVL, you need to start suing these guys, man. You know.
I'm clipping up every time Egal says it. I'm clipping it up.
By the way, if you don't win your case, best believe it's going to open a whole nother can of worms where everyone's going to be suing you for winnings.
No one's going to sue them.
That's what's interesting. You're talking about my case or Ahmed's case?
If yours happens, not Ahmed's.
Why not Ahmed's?
Yeah, listen, I would actually make the argument, unironically, listen, I don't want to cook my own club here.
But that's too late for that. You already did it.
But like, honestly speaking, right, there is obviously like a fair argument to be made, like even for myself, even though, yes, Hazard, for example, was really key to my team, for example, right? Christensen was a very good player, whether I like to admit or not, right? But these guys definitely helped us to win. Christensen helped us to win a Premier League and a UCL, for example, right? So some of these guys that so like there's an argument to me. If nothing happens from my case, for example, then what is there to be said about even Vega's case, for example, right? Ironically, that's of course. Unless you
so are you saying you could be a major win for Vader?
Unironically, yes. I think you could make the argument, right? Because
in law, there are precedents that happen with cases prior, and depending on what.
Enough about the legal jargon because we're losing Ahmed. Ahmed. Come, bro. You gotta talk about United.
Bro. I'll be honest, man. Ahmed should be.
Come back. We need you. Habibi.
Listen. I swear to you, bro. I don't give a toss about this. Listen. I'll be so honest, bro.
Are you winning on Sunday? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, we're beating Man City. Listen, let me tell you.
The confidence.
Listen. Amorim out, yeah, but I'm not scared against Man City, bro. Why would I be scared against them? What's there to be scared of, bro? Their whole team's injured, yeah. Pep is stressed, bro. What was that quote that he was saying? Oh, I feel like Harmon, man. Bro, he's all over the place, mate. Yeah, I'm not scared of Pep. I'm not scared of Man City. City are cooked, and we should be beating them. Do you get me? They've not beaten us in a while. The last home and the last head-to-head, if you look at the two head-to-heads, we beat them 2-1. Diallo dunked on them. They drew, and we drew 0-0. It's either going to be a draw or we're going to edge it with the win because we tend to turn up in them big games. So I'm not scared of the team like that. The only thing I'm scared of is my manager. That's the only thing. That's the only thing, because people are talking about, oh, you're not scared of Haaland. I've seen Haaland I've seen him get pocketed by Maguire. He's not going to be someone that I'm scared of. I'll be so honest. I'm not scared of Haaland when I go into this game. That guy has got a trampoline touch and he's invisible throughout 80 minutes. He might get a penalty, but that's it. That's all we need to do. We've got Lenny Yoro who can defend against him. We've got De Ligt who can defend against him. He's not going to be a menace. The only guy that I'm scared of is my gaffer, because he's moving all over the place. So again, we're going to beat them 2-1. You can clip it. I'm not scared of City.
Wow.
Wow.
Hot.
Listen,
yeah, facts, bro.
It's your
time to shine.
Go on, mate, man.
It's a new era. It's a new time,
Rock
right?
is
I understand how the fear factor of Manchester City has faded. It's dulled down. It's not as bright as it used to be. Now, this is a derby where a lot of things need to be thrown out the window. If you want to reference the super chat, go ahead.
Yeah, he's saying City will be found guilty of the charges relating to non-cooperating with the league investigation. It's a bigger thing than footy.
This is true. This is true.
And City 3 points.
Yeah, but what he's saying is true, because if City get found guilty, there are numerous accounting practices, including your disclosures that you make to Companies House of the company. That also, so there's potential like fraudulent outside of football, fraudulent charges that will have to be answered for. It's not just restricted to football. Anyone who's got a company knows you have to every year you have to make a submission to what's it called, Companies House, about your financial standing. And this means you're basically reporting inaccurately, which is against the law.
Yeah.
Or you could just dissolve it. I'm joking. Anyways, I don't know enough about that. Rack, you know better than me. Let's continue though.
Yeah, with the
whole squad's injured pretty much. I'm pretty sure. Marmoush's out, Foden's out, Cherki's out, Aït-Nouri's out. Their whole team is pretty much injured. We've
got a tremendous amount of injuries, and that's why you got Ahmed with all this chest. That's why you actually got Ahmed sitting forward in his chair, comfortably saying he's going to win 2-1. Now it's funny, that same score is what I got with regards to City at home. I mean, we're playing at the Etihad. I need to have that confidence. If we're going between both managers, and Amarin, funny enough, has had a good record as of late versus Pep, but we have to win. We can't keep this 2-game losing streak become 3. We can't remain in this form. This is gonna, like, if there's a game so early in the season where it's like I need to see fight from every single player, it's this one, and it's a derby to begin with. So the players that play, I have no idea. I'm waiting until tomorrow to actually see who's properly available, because the information's all over the place. There's players that showed up for training, but we all know this. Igal, you know this. Rax, Ahmed, you guys know this. Sometimes players are at training, but what did they actually do? They showed up to training, but what kind of work did they put in? So there's a lot of players that missed to play internationally. I want to see who's available, but I don't care who's available. We still need to win this game. I think we can get at them, because just naturally how we play, I think possession is going to be our thing. Are we going to be dialed in enough to know that they're going to do their best to catch us on the counter? Let's just be present. Let's be on alert all the time. No bozo moments. Midfield is where I think we get the control. And unlike Ahmed, I think Haaland is going to put in this is why I'm the best striker in the world performance.
No chance.
Haaland is going to be relentless in this game. Whether it results in a high scoring, I don't know, but the impact that he'll have, the attention that he's going to require from your defenders, because you guys need to be put under some pressure, that's where I'm going to be focused on. Haaland, what's your movement? Everybody else, eat off of that. If I were to guess, or if I were to dream of my midfield, it would be Rodri, it would be Reinders, and it would be Bernardo Silva in my midfield. Let me put Foden out wide so he can come inside and play off of Haaland, that kind of like off striker. But that's the midfield I would want for control. If I need to catch the game, if I need to adjust, I'll bring on a Nico Gonzalez. If I need to adjust some things further, funny enough, if I need to adjust even further, then Pep, hey, drop that back line a little bit. Invite this United to try and break us down. That's the adaptation that I need from Pep. But listen, we all know.
Yeah, but the thing is, adaptation and Pep in the same sentence, yeah, it's like a fat guy trying to be on a gym, innit, bro? Come on, that's not going to happen, mate. You get me?
Wait.
Come on, bro.
What are you saying?
They can't coexist. They can't coexist.
People?
Listen,
you're trying to say you haven't seen different styles from Pep,
bro. He's not got no styles about him, bro. He's got one way, and that's it. Once he's not got the one way, he's finished, mate. That's it, bro. When he doesn't have the best players in his team, he's dusted. He's dusted, bro. He's done. He's listen, Pep, yeah, is gonna go down as one of the best managers of all time. But when he doesn't have world class players in each position, everyone can match him tactically.
No. You know, listen. I'm gonna be honest. I think, listen, right now with Pep, we are living, as Aveas had me say before, we're living in a post-Pep tactical era. You know, the tactics have changed. You know what I mean? That's what's happening right now. You know what I mean?
This is a post-Pep era. Wow.
Yes. Listen,
I like that. I like that.
Listen, but it's that I was really
not true though, because Pep's predecessors, successors or whatever you want to call them, whatever his
coaching tree is massive.
His coaching trees are all performing well across Europe.
Yes, but they don't play Pep's tactics anymore. Your own guy does not. What does your own guy do? Arteta, with all due respect, I'm not even trying to quick Arteta for this.
Very much more David Moyes than Pep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
show me a period.
That's what I'm saying.
Ahmed. Listen. Show me a period of Pep adapting. I'll give you 100 quid. I beg you, tell me. When's he adapted?
Back four of all centre backs.
He's always played back four.
No, the back four of all centre backs.
4 centre backs playing in the back line.
Yes.
Inverting his centre back. False 9. Now going to Holland as a striker. Completely different system.
Listen, but listen, as I've said before, right? You look at the stuff I'm just saying.
You don't have to pay me on that.
This year, look at what's happened. Everyone's going back to basics. Everyone's trying to buy number 9s now. Everyone wants number 9 now for some reason. We lived in it. If you just looked at a year or two ago under Mr. Pep Guardiola,
got the number 9 3 seasons ago, Ahmed.
No. He got the number 9 because he eventually was like, my tactics has run out. He realized, it don't work anymore like it used to.
Let's be honest, Haaland, is a club signing rather than a Pep signing.
Exactly.
No, we're not doing this. We wanted Harry Kane before Haaland came here. We had Aguero before
he's
Harry
way
Kane.
different to Haaland.
But Daniel Levy happened. But what? Daniel Levy happened and he didn't let them get Harry Kane. But I'm just gonna say this. Enough about the banter. He does have a point that post Barcelona, that first phase of Barcelona, everywhere he went, he did have a team that was already set up to win.
Bro, he can't build teams. He can't build teams. It's not in his nature.
I thought Man City was set up to win when he walked in the building.
I mean, but he also ripped up most of that team and changed it. But don't get me wrong, he had some key pieces. He had KDB, right? And if you start with KDB and David Silva, then that's a good, decent start. But he did rip up most of that team and start again.
Vincent Company, Aguero. He had a really good team. Barca. The main big black mark on his career, I would say, is the fact that he's only been at big teams. People are never going to give him the romantic of. No, I don't agree with that. Going to give him.
No,
he's not.
I think the reality.
Hear me out. Big black stain. What's going on?
Hear me out. He's a great manager.
That's too much. He's a great manager. It's too much ago. It's not a big black stain.
The only thing people can knock him on, it's not black mark. I've been saying that too often lately. The only thing people can knock him on is that he's only worked at the best of the best clubs and he always has some of the best teams. If he was to be at a Porto and do what Jose did or go to Aberdeen like what Sir Alex Ferguson did, people are going to hold those.
He doesn't need to do all that. He doesn't need to do all that. Igal, you yourself, I tune in, I listen. You're telling me that this team's terrible. You're telling me that this team's fallen off. If he's able to get this team to the winning again, to the beating of the Liverpools with these record transfers, to the beating of this Arsenal that have 2 players per position, the best depth. I'm just saying, if he does, the question about can he do it is gone.
But wait,
Because
wait,
you
can I
guys-
say-
let me bring
Wait,
it back
wait,
to this game. Let me bring it back to this game because
Fair,
we're
fair,
talking
fair.
too much about Pep.
I was following your
played-
lead. You were
You
talking
played
about that
three
other stuff.
games. You've played 3 games. You beat Wolves. Everyone
Yeah.
got giggity, and they said, "Oh my God, City's back after they beat Wolves."
Yeah.
And then you lost to Spurs. You lost to Thing, and now we're in a situation where we're looking at your team, and this is exactly
This
what
is
we're
why
seeing
I
in the
said.
World Cup.
This is why I said after the first game, I'm not making any judgments about City until the first 10 games. Because
Fact.
after that first game, everybody was saying City are definitely going to be there. And I thought that was a very, very good performance.
I
But
agree.
we only really know after we have a big enough sample size. And I think there are, and again, I'm not going in the negative direction now, but if 2 wins, if the run up they've got coming, if they were to lose to United and lose to Arsenal next week, that's starting to look a little bit scary, right? And like maybe you could argue United one may or may not happen, but you can see them losing to Arsenal right now.
Yeah,
That's
so
entirely
that's a
possible. That's not beyond the realm of
Probably a
possibility.
draw.
Do you know what? Listen, do you know what it is? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think with fans of Manchester City, if they do lose this game against obviously United, bro, I do think it's starting to look a bit worrying from a City perspective.
lose this
Even
game.
though I hear the excuse of losing like a big player like a Turkey, like a Foden, and some of these guys. Yes, I do think they're important. but
Odin, what has he done for 2 months?
I listen. I know I could put Foden,
Okay.
but I still think. But like, listen, losing these players though, right? Sorry, this losing this game in general is not a good look. Start of the season, you're already 3 games. I know it's not good for your environment. It's just not good for everything in general.
And the reason why I keep saying this, we have to win this game, is because this is a United that are all over the place. This is a United where they don't even want this manager to succeed. This is a United that got embarrassed versus Grimsby. If Grimsby can put up a performance and knock these guys out, then what does that say when I'm playing at home?
No. This the exact opposite. Grimsby and all these other teams don't have the onus to actually play football. When teams play football versus United, that's when they actually play their best.
Grimsby played football. What are you talking about?
When teams are inferior to United and they make them say, you know what, you have to be the one that do something against us, that's when United get caught out. So
I hear you, but that wasn't the Grimsby game.
I think Chelsea, I think City are much more. City are a much more favorable matchup for Manchester United in the stage that they're in right now, because City will play with the ball and then they'll try to force you into mistakes.
Exactly.
Then the opponents.
Yeah, that's
happening.
Yeah, just to say something. About the against Grimsby, we was actually getting bopped. We was getting cooked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So he's right in that. He is right. I can't believe I'm even uttering those things in it, because I'm still it's crazy, in it. We did get cooked by Grim. We did.
Right now,
also,
would you rather play Sunderland or Man City?
Bro, I'd rather not watch my team in general so far. Do you get me? But listen, all I'm saying is that Igal is mostly right. When other teams do have more of the ball, and we can just sit back and not really do much, and we use Mbeumo on the break and we use Cunha on the break and all these guys, we do tend to, do well. So it's like, yeah, you're both right, essentially, It's just, bro, we're such a bipolar team, though. That's the problem. We're bipolar. And with Pep, like,
who do you play after Man City?
Vader, I have a question. for Vader.
Say that again.
Vader, I don't know if you're concerned now, but how far does this run have to continue for you to be thinking? I'm not talking about getting rid of Pep or anything like that. I can't see a world where Pep gets sacked or something like that. But like, if say for example you draw against United and then you lose against Arsenal, at that point will you be worried, or like what would it take for you to be worried, to be concerned?
Worried of what though?
Sure, yeah, okay, that's what I know.
Could you see Pep walk?
Like,
no, I don't see Pep. Okay, as terrible as that run is, right? If I get 1 win out of 5, okay, if I get 1 win out of 5. And that's gonna obviously include the 3 previous games and these next 2. Then it's not a worry that Pep isn't my manager. It's not a worry that we can't get better from it. It's gonna be the worry is, funny enough, because of how I've seen this league play out, the league challenge is gone. Like that's the, oh crap, we're 5 games in and I've already conceded that the league title is not even a pursuit of mine. That's the thing that sucks. And that also speaks to the quality that was required to win this league in previous seasons. But the manager, the circumstance, the context, I'm gonna look at this and be like, okay, did I just have a poor game and lose versus United? Because that's concerning. Did I have another poor game and didn't look like I'm not at the races versus Arsenal? Then yeah, it'll be we still need improvements. But I'm waiting until Friday and Saturday to be real with you. Sorry, until Saturday, because it's about availability. You guys, not that you dismissed it, but my signings in terms of Ait-Nouri, Shirky not being available, that were purchased because of my poor run last season not being available, it's like I'm going to fight again with the issues and lack of quality that I had last year. So that's
welcome to life when you don't have 2 11s that can get into the Champions League spot.
No, do you know, I'm going to make one comment before I just go quickly. And it's just that I think with
we need to hear from you about Chelsea also before you go.
Right,
proper Chelsea.
One of the things, there's two things I want to say then. In regards to Veta's comment, I think you are preparing for life without Pep. I do think Pep is just probably overseeing the rebuild process of your team. And in my personal opinion, I don't know why City fans would think they can challenge this season. I always felt this season was a rebuild phase. Yes. Right, it was always a rebuild phase for me. With the players you got in, with the players you currently have,
you can challenge while you're rebuilding. What are you doing here?
No, but like as in, the way you were looking at it, like maybe challenge to win the league. I don't think you were going to challenge to win the league. Much like I don't see my own club challenging to win the league. That's the way I look at challenging. You know, what I mean? The way I look at stuff is that am I challenging to win that title? Am I going to be able to win that title when I challenge?
I have another question. Say, for example, City finish 4th, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying get rid of Pep, but you have the potential to keep Pep, or maybe he says, look, guys, I might want to leave. It's up to you if you want to keep me for another season. Bearing in mind that you're only going to get max one more season out of Pep. Say, this is a hypothetical, but would you want him to see out that additional season, or do you think better to get a long-term manager in who's going to be there for 3, 4, 5 seasons? Because I think some of the recruitment here has been questionable, and you've got your new director of football in who's been doing the recruitment. So maybe he's recruiting with a view to another manager already, perhaps. I don't know.
I know you guys want to move on, so I'll say this really quick. I don't think that Pep is making decisions based off of his departure just yet. He signed a 2-year deal. This is the first year of the 2. If it happens to be a season where we finish 4th and he wants to kind of ask questions or he wants to ask questions on whether he wants to remain here or not, I'll leave that to the board.
Before you go
ahead, Ahmed.
Yes,
Rack, we'll talk about this again.
Okay, tell me what you want me to predict first.
Chelsea, Brentford.
I think 2-1. I think that's going to be a 2-1 Chelsea. We're going to finally get a win at the DTEC Arena. You know what I mean? Hopefully so. But I think it's going to be 2-1 Chelsea, in my personal opinion.
Finally, aren't you scared Tottenham are going to do you over this year if you have that bad of a record versus Thomas Frank?
No. I think the reality is we'll have a great record against Spurs in general. So they've only won once at Stamford Bridge, let alone the Spurs, the new Spurs ground. So again, that's history, that's heritage, that's different.
All right. And since you're gonna go, just tell us what you think about Spurs, West Ham versus Spurs also.
Oh, that's gonna be a Spurs. Spurs are gonna get back onto the high horse, in my personal opinion, and I think they're gonna do a good job against West Ham. I think the problem for me is just I don't think West Ham is good enough. In the tournament. Yes, they got a nice little moral victory win, but it's GG's for them.
You want to touch on the Arsenal Forest game and Burnley?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think Andy's going to be able to change much. He only met the players yesterday. So I think it's going to be pretty similar to the way they played under Nuno. And I'm actually going to go 1-1 between the both of you. Because you found it out. You found it hard before to, I think, break them down and do something against them. And we can't really score.
3-0 last year.
No, did you not draw them last year too?
We beat them 3-0.
No, you drew with them last year, bro. You drew with Nottingham Forest last year too. You may have beaten them once, but you also drew with them at the same time.
We drew 0-0 at the end of the season. When the season, February, actually, you're right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I think, I think this game is going to be probably, I think it could end in a 1-1 game. I think it's going to be in a 1-1. You can win, obviously, but I think it's going to end 1-1. Because I think Andy's not going to start having lost, in my personal opinion.
No, you're crazy, bro. It's this game, we're slapping them.
Listen, come back to me on Sunday. Come back to me on Sunday when it's 1-1.
We're slapping them 3-0. I don't want to hear it. Same way you think Liverpool's going to slap Burnley, obviously.
Listen, it's gonna be competitive. I think Burnley's gonna show up for that game because I feel like they feel like they're gonna be like underdogs. They're gonna everything like that. But I think the guy that we're all looking to see really is Alexander Isak. I know that's who we want to see. Is he gonna be on the bench? Is he gonna be starting? Who knows? I know Rat's been watching that training ground, Isak's first day on repeat.
It's a beautiful sight,
I know you've been watching that. So no, but seriously, no, I think it'll be a good 3-0 win. Be less like a 3-0 win, but it'll be a competitive 3-0. Because I don't think Burnley's gonna take a line down.
I'm already prepared for these Liverpool fans to be shameless about Wirtz and Isak's performance versus Burnley.
Peace out, boys. Yeah, peace out, boys. Big up, boys.
All right, peace out. Do we start with Liverpool or do we start with Arsenal? Which one, guys?
Let's go with
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Let's go Liverpool Burnley quickly. Isak, do you think he actually starts? I don't think so.
No, he's not going to start, but I think he'll come on. And I think now's the time we're going to start to see better link-up play, more fluid attacking, and I think it's going to be a good game. I expect us to do well. Burnley's always been a little bit of a kind of a tricky place just because the atmosphere and stuff there. But I don't expect us. But I don't expect us to drop any points. I think the win will be reasonably comfortable. I'd say.
Look at how comfy he is. He's got his team.
2 or 3-0.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's not much to be said. This game is the Florian Wirtz arrival game, in my opinion. If Burnley,
wrongfully, but yes,
Burnley should be the game where we now finally see Florian Wirtz do his thing.
But it'll mean nothing. It's Burnley. Yes, he should.
It does mean something.
No, it doesn't.
You just need to see the ball in the back of the net.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
A performance where the player looks like they're up to speed, and lower half of the table. Even if they just perform against the lower half of the table, this is where they gain their confidence for the bigger games.
Okay, that's all great. You already got your talking points about Wirtz or Isak having a great game versus bottom tier of the league. That's what you got. That's what you guys do. You guys are prepared to say, well, what has he done versus the top half? What has he done versus the big six? That's what's going to be said about both record signings. Yeah, it's going to be great. Oh, the confidence will be up because of what they do versus Burnley. But no, at the end of the day, what do you do to impact the game in the big competitions against the big teams and clubs? So I'm expecting great performances from Wirtz and Isak. But is it really going to tell us anything? No.
First. In a Liverpool context, I expect them to win, and I expect it to be a big scoreline. So I'm just looking to see who's the most involved and who looks the best in their side of the pitch. I'm not really judging.
You just know Salah's going to start padding this game, bro.
Yeah, 100%. FPL captain. What about Arsenal versus Forest? Do you guys think Arsenal can get a big win versus Forest? Because I think our attack has to step up. I'm expecting Eze to start. I'm expecting Arteta to be hard-headed and start Moreno over Odegaard maybe again, just to shut up everybody, and off the back of his hat trick for Spain, give him another start, and Madueke to start, and Odegaard maybe to be eased back into the team.
Madueke starting where?
Yeah,
right.
Saka's injured. So Madueke starts on the right.
Is he injured? Yeah,
he's been injured.
I mean, where you been? You've been gaming too much, man.
He didn't play for
Liverpool. Come on, bro.
Listen. This guy seen the video from Gary Neville, and he's like, yeah, Saka should be on the bench for Madueke. That's what he wants you to say. No way. Listen, Saka's injured. Declan Rice, you're a hater. You don't like Declan Rice.
Rubbish player.
If you can't see Declan Rice as a quality player, you're blind.
He's a corner merchant. That's all he is, bro.
No, you're blind. You're definitely blind.
I've got new prescriptions, by the way. I can see extra better, bro. I'm telling you. These, bro. I'm telling you.
Extra better.
Bro, these glasses, bro, they've expanded my ball knowledge on a whole new stratosphere, bro. You get what I'm saying? Bro, I thought my ball knowledge was sick back then, but even now it's even better.
Your ball knowledge was bad back then when you were saying Sancho over...
Bro, it's generational, bro.
Was worse back then when you were saying Sancho over or Saka, and it's even worse now that you're saying Ahmad over Saka.
bro. Ahmed's a better player than Saka, bro.
You probably think Kobe Mainoo is a better player than
We've all had shockers.
Bro,
You
Kobe,
more-
listen,
more
last
so
time
than
I
anybody
checked,
You
else.
yeah.
probably think Kobe Mainoo is better than Declan Rice.
Last time I checked, when Kobe Mainoo and Declan Rice played in the same team for the national team, Kobe Mainoo was the much better player in them 2 games. So
Kobe Mainoo actually made more passes backwards than
and that's and Veta knows in it who the best player was England was. It wasn't Declan Rice. It was Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo's a better
And
player.
Kobe Mainoo is going to lose his spot to Elliot Anderson now.
Who's that? Who's that?
The guy at
Colin
Nottingham
Mainoo.
Forest.
Listen, that's not the debate. The debate who's the better player in it. Kobe Mainoo's a better footballer. See, bro, Declan Rice.
I gotta go. Little kid will come. But before we go, what's your score predictions for the Forest game?
Arsenal-
Let's keep dealing with him. We're good.
3-1.
Let's keep dealing with him. What's the score prediction for the Forest game?
Forest, bro. I'm just gonna get a 2-1 victory, bro.
You're
win.
a hater, bro.
Oh,
Bro,
wow.
I'm not hating, bro. It's a prediction.
2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. You see, logical
Yeah.
predictions.
Oh, here we go.
So, so my nephew Malcolm, he's going to be going there with Lawrence. So they're over here from the Netherlands to check out the game. I got them a couple of tickets. So, for their sake, I'm going to say that they're going to have a good time, and Arsenal are going to win 3-0.
There you go. Smart man. I'm going 3-0. Also, Arsenal. Also,
Not my first prediction. I got right.
Ange Postecoglou is going to be welcome back to the Premier League with a battering, and then he's going to then go on a 5-game winning streak. Anyways, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next show. You already know what it is. Eagle Talks Football. We're out of here. Peace.